Hey y'all, it's Brad Allen with The Art of Real Estate, and today I want to share an experience I just had a couple of weeks ago. I flew out to Vegas and spent a couple of days with acquisitions.com and their team. You might know the guy that runs it. His name's Alex Hormozi and his wife. But it wasn't just a one-on-one, so I don't want to make it sound like it was all that special. But it was really, really cool and informative. Now, I'm pretty sure I signed some disclosures. I don't remember what they said. So I'm not going to go into the details of the seminar because that's kind of their business model and I don't want to mess it up. But if you're looking at getting your business to a different level, definitely go check them out and see if you're a good fit for this. But I do want to share a couple things that kind of popped into my head, a couple things that they reiterated that I think is really good to remember when it comes to being a business owner, maybe the team leader, what we need to focus on to kind of keep our businesses going and getting to the next level. So first, it was how to make our businesses more valuable. First, we got to start with the end in mind. And that's a hard thing for people that are just starting out in real estate, that are just starting a business, because you're so focused on getting going that the end is so far away, you can't even fathom it. But the way they taught it was, if you think about the end and where you want to go, doing the back math, it's really not that hard. And that goes for a solo real estate agent, that goes to a team leader and anybody. Second, when you're trying to get your business more valuable, you got to add more value. Right? Price is what people are willing to pay, but value is what they get. And they kind of honed in on that. And I'm a huge believer of that. You've got to go above and beyond and give experiences and extra value that people weren't thinking. And I can tell you right now, the acquisitions.com team surpassed that tenfold. The way they brought value, not just what you thought you were getting, but what you walked away with, was awesome. The one thing that they really hit on is that businesses fail to grow because they've got so many constraints. I would kind of call that like roadblocks. You know you need to hire the next position, but you can't really afford it right now, or you don't know how you're going to do it. So you just don't do it, and that part of your business doesn't succeed. So he was saying, as a CEO, as a team leader, as an agent even, go out there, figure out what those constraints are, and they did a really good job of helping us figure those out, and then focus on those. The more that you can focus on those constraints, the more profitable and the better your company's going to be. And they talked about 5 business problems, and this is not anything that's proprietary to them. They talked about 5 things I think were really spot on. One is over or under compensation of staff. Oftentimes it's never right on the spot. Either you're paying bad people too much or you're paying good people not enough. And if you surround yourself with good people and make a good hire, which I see a lot of real estate agents don't doing, then you are going to have a bigger problem. Also, too many avatars. Who's your customer? We think that we have 20 different customers, but if we can really nail that down to 2 or 3 avatars and really focus our product at those 3 people, then we don't get all distracted with the 20 things we're supposed to be doing. We can probably get more business out of the set of 3 people we just identified than 20 sets of people. The other one is focus. I am a big one on this. If you don't have focus, if you don't have time to actually work in your business, then your business is never going to grow. You're never going to keep the end in mind, and you're never going to keep chugging along to where you need to go. Overexpansion can be a big one. And one of the ways that he really drove it home was, oftentimes as entrepreneurs, we're trying to start another thing before getting the current thing really nailed down because we don't want to spend any more time on it. We don't know how to do it, so we're going to start something else. So that one hit a little close to home, but I think it was spot on. And the 5th thing that I love the most is underpricing. So many businesses, whether it's a product, whether it's a service, we're underpricing our value. And we need to get our value to where the majority of people start saying no, and then you know there's a limit. So keep raising your prices, keep adding value so you can raise your prices, and get to that level that you actually deserve. I don't know about y'all, but you ever paid for something like, how the hell are they charging for this? Well, guess what? It's because people are willing to pay for it, and they keep pushing that level till people say, nope, not paying anymore. And guess what? Then they know where the limit is and they're getting paid for what the value they're bringing. Now, I didn't go to business school. I've been in business for about 20 years now, and there's still things I don't know. And they sure as hell didn't teach it to us in real estate school. So when it comes to being a company owner or a business owner, the one thing they really focused on was EBITA, right? Earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization. That is what your value is worth. So you ever seen a company that sells and you're like, how do they just sell for $20 million? They're only making $2 million or whatever the number is, because the EBITDA tells them the growth potential in that business, and people are willing to pay premium for a company that has a great EBITDA. So if you don't know what that is, spend some time in that. It takes a little bit getting going, but if you already have your QuickBooks set up, you already have all your stuff set up, it's not that hard to figure out, and that's a good metric to really see the value of your company. And lastly, they talked about marketing. They talked about ads. They talked about outsourcing. yes, we're good at some things, and yes, you can bring in virtual assistants and outsiders, but they were big into hiring people that are good at what they're doing. If you're doing ads on Facebook or Google or whatever, hire an outside ads manager. They can get your ads to the right people so much faster with so much less pain than you would do over 20 hours a week trying to figure it out. And also, they were really hitting home about setting hooks. Setting hooks in the first 3 to 5 seconds so that way people continue to listen and watch your product. So I know it's a big overview. It was a great product. It was a great seminar. I highly encourage you to check it out. I know I walked away with a lot of stuff. My head's hurting still, but it's going to help me and my company be better. And honestly, guys, we can only get better if we get outside of our market and listen to people that do things a little bit differently.